Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing amazing. This is Amna Hussain back with another yet very exciting live streaming today. I wish you the Happy New Year to all of you, whoever is watching from anywhere around the globe. And I'm happy to do this live streaming with the very important, sometimes challenging, I think most of the time challenging, and very insightful topic actually that how to regain your spark, regain your energy, especially after if you are being laid off or being redundant at your job scenario, job or in career. So I have with me one of the great industry expert. We have been in connection and being a very great network over the years now, over the LinkedIn, and we are joined from Dubai, UAE. He is a very experienced, versatile marketing, sales, and business development leader, having 20 plus years. Okay, now I hope it's better.
Now it's good. Now it's good.
Oh, okay, fine. All right. So, yeah. So I introduce you a little bit to the audience. And now, of course, I want you to introduce yourself formally or informally, both. You can do it. So, yeah, let's get started.
First of all, thank you so much, Amna, for calling me into this show, and Happy New Year to you and to the entire audience who's listening to us, and wish all of them a blessed 2025. So, thank you for the introduction. Yeah, definitely coming from various diverse backgrounds. Let me take you from the beginning. I'm a dentist by my bachelor's education, but I just did a couple of years of clinical dentistry. Then I moved on to pharmaceutical marketing, and I switched into a pharmaceutical company back home in Pakistan. And once I got the job of a brand manager in the pharmaceutical company, I also started my MBA in marketing on the way. So I started doing MBA while I was on job, which was a 2 year MBA, which finished back in 2004. I finished my MBA, and then and then the job was still continuing. From pharma, I moved on to another company, which was a global multinational company called 3M. 3M is a very big American company. It's in various sectors. It works in various industries. They have a very big healthcare group as well. So they're into medical devices, they're into dental supplies, dental consumables, dental anesthesia. So they produce and sell this all across the world. So I was appointed in their Pakistan office back home in Karachi. Started my 3M career in 2005 as a sales specialist. So for marketing, I moved into sales. Was
Correct.
selling dental products back there. Then grew as a team leader, the national sales manager, then a country head for entire Pakistan and Afghanistan, for the entire healthcare group. So I was selling. We were doing business in dental, infection prevention, wound care, you name it, the entire healthcare industry that we were working with. And I was managing a team of around 15, 16 people back then. So that was around 8.5 years in 3M Pakistan. Then 3M moved me to UAE as Middle East Africa marketing manager. So that's 2014. I moved to Dubai with my family and started my position back from sales, marketing to sales, now back to marketing as Middle East Africa with a bigger opportunity handling almost 7, 8, 10 countries at that point in time. And then 3M moved me from Dubai to Saudi Arabia. Then I moved to Saudi with my family to Riyadh as
Okay.
marketing operations manager. And then we lived in Saudi for good 5, 6 years, from 2016 to 2021. So while I was in 3M, so coming back to the topic that about job redundancies and how to get back. So my total career with 3M was 15 years, and towards the end of my 15th year,
Hmm.
one fine afternoon, I went to the office normally, went there, had the entire morning of working, whatever the projects we were working. After the lunch, my boss calls me into his office, and the HR manager was also sitting over there. and they said that unfortunately we don't require your services anymore. Oh, I mean, this all just hits you like a bang. It just comes
Yeah.
very hard. And I was shocked, surprised, obviously. A little bit anger also comes into you that why did this happen to me? But then that was Saudi Arabia, and I was and if people know about Saudi, so it's about Saudization. You have to have a number of Saudis inside the organization so that the organization fulfills the Saudization targets. So at that point in time, the entire company was going into a rapid Saudization mode. So they were letting go of some people wherever they could. So after 15 years, my job got suddenly finished in just like 2 minutes discussion, and that was a real shock. That was a real shock. I came out of the office, and it's not a very nice feeling. They take away your laptop, they take away everything, and it's just cut
Absolutely.
off.
Yeah.
They just cut you off from the entire company system like that. I mean, I had given 15 years to that all
Exactly.
my all my 30s and all that stuff. It was all with that company, and I was enjoying, I was growing, I was enjoying. So I mean, it was good. It was a very rewarding experience as well. But the way it ended, I never expected it to end that way. But nonetheless, it happened. So you go back home, you tell your wife, then handling your family is another it's another tricky situation. So because since 15 years in a company, you're in such a comfortable environment that things are moving, everything is fine, school kids are going to school, everything is okay, so all of your expenses are taken care of. But then all of a sudden things are gone.
Right.
So it took me yeah, 2 3 sleepless nights to get over it. And then I realized that the sooner I get over it, the better it is for me. So you
Right.
have to get over that feeling and that anger. The anger always still stays with you. Anger stays with me sometime when I think about that, seeing
Exactly.
that.
I want to ask you some questions in between,
Sure.
linking the situation together. Yeah. So, for example, when it happened, okay, this scenario happened. Now, starting with your feelings, like for any job seeker who are struggling, and especially for any professional who had this experience, how to, of course, overcome the feelings first, because mindset and feelings are the first very most important thing to overcome, to
Definitely.
vent out, maybe to realize, aware, to share with your close ones, loved ones, your family. So as you
Yeah.
mentioned, 2 3 sleepless nights, then what happened? I mean, like, were you not eating? Of course you might be maybe having stress. What's next? How did
Yeah.
you overcome? So let's talk about this, and then
Yeah, it was a bit difficult. So yeah, I mean, you always need to take support of some support group, your help group. So I would say in your family, your spouse definitely helps you a lot. If she's strong enough, she'll make you strong enough as well. And then some close, confident friends, confidants that you call, that they're with you in all tough times. So I still remember the day this layoff happened. In the evening, all my colleagues from the office came to my house. All my colleagues. I
oh
think this was
wow.
like 7 8, and their families also. I mean, we were a group of 7 8 Pakistani groups, so they all came to my house to give me support. And that is something that that bucked me up a lot. I mean, you need to, that was my learning. You have to have some support system in place. Obviously
Right.
your spouse needs to be, I think, is the biggest support. And then your colleagues, and they came home, they bucked me up. I mean, said, it's okay, don't worry, things will turn out good. That just helped me out. And they all said, we'll help you out wherever we can help you out, we'll help you out and position you. So that mental stress that I was going, and like I told you, it took me 2 3 days to come
Right.
over it. But gradually, with each passing day, it was going down, like
Right.
a graph.
Right.
It was going down.
Absolutely.
First night
Yeah.
horrible, first day horrible. The first day, it was our wedding anniversary, and the evening we had to go to the wedding anniversary dinner as well.
See, this is
Yeah,
life. Life
yeah. This is
happens.
this is life. This is life. This is
Uncertain,
how.
uncertain. We don't know anything what's coming in the next moment, right? Acha,
Yeah.
so let me take one appreciation from Parasha. Um, he's saying awesome. So maybe he's from your network and you guys know each other. So yeah, okay,
Okay. So yeah. So we still went to that wedding anniversary dinner. The
great.
kids
That's
did
the
not
spirit.
know. Yeah, yeah. We still. I mean, still let's move with life as normal. I mean, things happen. But
Okay,
let's not cancel the dinner because it was already planned. So we went there, we had it. Obviously, my face was a little depressed, which my kids picked it up because we did not tell them on the first day. So they picked it up and
Mm,
Baba, why are you
mm,
so sad? I said, no, it's okay, it's fine, everything's okay. So that, but then the second, third day, then I told the kids as well that this is what has happened. So your entire family needs to be prepared. They need to know what's going to happen as well because, and especially as expats living in the Middle East and the GCC countries, your job is your lifeline. If your job finishes, your
yeah,
visa is cancelled and you have to go back home.
yeah,
So that is where that is the string that you're hanging on to. So yeah, so that's moved on 3 4 days, moved on, and then on the fourth day I realized that I need to now start working on my job hunt.
right.
Whatever has happened has happened. I've passed this grief period, and let's start on the job hunt. I opened up my CV. I had not updated my CV in 15 years. Never required because in the same company, if you're growing, you don't need a CV. You're just growing. You're
Yeah.
growing. You're
Now
growing.
here comes, yeah, now here
Yeah.
comes a point to every professional to understand that with wherever you are working right now, you are growing in your career, you are progressing, but still you have to polish, keep updating your CV with your current job
Correct.
roles. Again, it's a
Correct.
era and the time of LinkedIn. You have to be on LinkedIn, you have to learn how to use LinkedIn. And I do understand where you're coming from, basically, because I work with the clients having such experience, 15 plus 20 plus years experience, and similar thing happened with
Hmm.
them as well, in a way that they didn't work anything on the CV. So how it
Hmm.
is important. So now you can share that. What was
Yeah,
your first like
it was very
impression?
important because yeah, I opened up my CV, and for me at that point it looked fine. I think because I mean, yeah, I did not even care much about the CV. I thought my experience is wonderful. It will help me out. But then I shared my CV with one of my friends asked me to share me your CV. I'll put it somewhere. Then I sent it
Hmm.
to him. He said, "Buddy, with this CV, you're not going to go anywhere. You have to change it." So that is the point where I took professional help, and that is the message here. You need to take professional help wherever it is required. You cannot do everything on yourself. You cannot do everything by yourself. Probably you don't know. You're not in that zone. You don't know what's happening. For me, I did not know what the latest CV. I would say criteria were in the market at that
Trend.
point in time. Talking about
Yeah.
2018,
Yeah.
2019. So, and my CV was updated like 2006, 7, the last time that I ever made that CV. So never looked back at it.
Right. I got
So
it.
from LinkedIn, I searched some coaches and I got out, found some coach. She was based a coach. She was a career coach and a CV help as well. So she was from her name is Beata. I will definitely tag her because she helped me a lot in those days, and she
Okay.
was somewhere in Europe. So she helped me out. She wrote my entire CV and a cover letter, and then gave me some templates, and then she helped me out. She charged, obviously. When you're out of job, everything that you're paying for looks very painful. But
Yeah.
certain you have to pay. If you don't pay, you're not going to get what you're searching for. So that's
Again,
another
here
message.
it comes.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yes,
another
exactly.
message. That
It's
whoever's
about the mindset to invest in order to, of course, achieve for yourself,
that,
because that's what you are doing it for you, for your
yeah,
career, to get back, to start again. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Definitely. So you have to. So then I took this help. We re-engaged for 2 3 weeks on CV writing and updating and how to approach the market and everything. So she helped me a lot. And that CV template is still with me. I keep changing it. Obviously, I keep modifying it,
Yeah,
but the basic template is still with me even after 5 6 years. Uh,
right,
so so that is one professional help I took, which really helped me a lot because it changed the entire dynamics of my resume. Before, my
right,
resume was very simple that I did this, I'm a manager, I do this, I do this, I do this, nothing. What the way that she taught me, and I mean, you're a CV expert as well, so you know how you need to put up your CV based on your achievements and milestones and what you've done for the company and what value you can bring. Because your CV is your advertisement brochure, basically, for myself,
yeah,
for anybody. So I had to advertise myself in the best way. So then that CV was made up after through three took us 3 weeks to really refine that CV in a perfect way. And at the same time, she was doing some Skype sessions with me on coaching as well. So
hmm,
that helped me, and then that helped me now moving into the job hunt. So now I'm looking for jobs in
hello.
Hello.
Yeah, now I can hear you. So
Yeah.
you worked on your profile. You worked on your profile. You understood that your CV is now revamped. So you started applying jobs. So what was the response,
Yeah.
or maybe if you didn't receive the response immediately, what did you do, and how did you cope up with that process as well? Because of course you might be in a
Responses,
rush
yeah,
to get
responses were
started, or
always mixed.
how?
Yeah, responses were mixed. Sometimes I mean, most of the time there were no responses. You were just
Yeah,
sending CVs out into the wild and nothing was happening. Sometimes responses did come, and then I mean, and all the time. I mean, my only platform that I was using, and back then I was using LinkedIn and Indeed and Glassdoor and all these job boards, but none of them got me anything. That the only results that came always came from LinkedIn. Always came from LinkedIn. Even if there was a spark or even if there was a first call for interview, that all came through LinkedIn. The rest of the job boards are, I mean, they're very hopeless. I would say they never respond back. But yeah, I mean, when there was no response, I mean, you just have to move on. You just need to absorb that. Okay,
right,
uh, probably my CV is not suitable for that position. Maybe I'm too senior. Maybe I'm
exactly,
too junior. I don't know. So let's just move on. But that also taught me to tailor make my CV as per every job description that is coming in, because that is
right,
also very important. A generic CV would not help you. Generic CV is
right,
okay, you have a template, you make it. But for every job description, you need to tweak it. For every job description, you need to modify it. Whatever the employer's requirement is, you need to put those buzzwords or keywords inside your CV that you're either picked up by the ATS, or if some human is reading it, at least he sees that you're of value. So that was another step in my job searching or progress, I would say, because okay, I got the CV done. I was shooting it into the wild, but that was not happening. Then I started modifying it. Then I started
okay,
changing it as per the job description. At the same time, what I also did, I also invested in a LinkedIn coach.
hmm,
Also another investment that I did was to upgrade my LinkedIn profile and
right,
optimize it based on what I've been doing and make it more job worthy for the market.
of
Back
course,
then, LinkedIn was only being used for job search, and that was the only thing that I was using. So I hired another coach, very famous on LinkedIn, Hamad Siddiqui. I was probably one of his first clients when he started his LinkedIn business.
wow,
Uh,
yeah, we know each other as well. We have been
yeah,
doing
yeah,
the live streaming together on the same topic of LinkedIn and importance of LinkedIn, how it can help you to
exactly,
grow yourself and present your skills, not only just
exactly.
applying the jobs. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly. So Hamad helped me in optimizing optimizing my entire LinkedIn, and then I just started focusing on the tips that he was telling me, and then I started working on it. So I got a job. It was posted on LinkedIn. So another thing, when you're very active on LinkedIn on your relevant areas, LinkedIn starts to throw things towards you as well. And then
yes,
these jobs that once if you're dull on LinkedIn, you will probably not see those jobs because it's also targeted to particular profiles. And then I
yeah,
started seeing jobs that were matching my profile. Then one job came through. I applied, they replied, and that's where the conversation started. But then it took us around 4 months and I don't know, 4 or 5 rounds of interviews,
okay,
and presentations. I had to do case presentations and this and that and all that stuff. Then finally, I landed this job, which was a director Middle East Africa business development position for a Russian company. They were into toothpaste and mouthwashes, natural and organic product. Very nice company, very good products. So yeah, after I think 4 months and numerous interviews, I was handed this job, and then alhamdulillah, that came through. So that was my first redundancy that happened, and I took all these things into place. Now, what I learned from that is that LinkedIn then became my mainstay. That's where I started becoming very active on LinkedIn, not only on job searching, on networking, connecting to relevant people, and just being there and out there, and be visible to people. Yeah,
yeah.
LinkedIn also has spikes. Sometimes I slow down on LinkedIn, sometimes I hike up, but that's natural. That's how life moves. That's how LinkedIn
Of
is.
course, that's natural. That's human, actually. We cannot be robotic, or I mean, because even if we prepare some content and maybe use some virtual assistants or maybe like the scheduling, it's not you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So your post, your activity, your contribution should be sensing it more natural, more present of you, basically. For example, when you are active, when you're present, when you're feeling good, naturally you are producing or creating some really good lines
Yeah.
of the content or the subject matter. Either it's a 5 lines or maybe a 2 paragraphs, let's say. So
Correct.
this is also psychology or philosophy of using LinkedIn. And
Yeah.
while listening to you, Arslan, basically I'm of course reflecting my journey as well, and I'm sure many of the listeners and professionals can reflect theirs. And also I'm seeing that people are watching, so please leave us the comments, as well as if any questions if you have related to job search, or especially like you had this scenario, maybe any help you want from us, so we are happy to of course answer you, share with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
So next, what happened?
yeah, what happened? So now the story continues. So, like
Uh-huh.
I said, and why I picked up this topic, because I had four redundancies in a 4 year period time. Yeah.
four
So there
year
was a
consecutive, like year
yeah,
one.
there was a point that after every 6 months my job was getting finished. Every six
Okay,
months my job. So this
got it.
was the first redundancy where I revamped my CV, coaching, LinkedIn, everything. I got ready.
Right,
The job
right.
started, alhamdulillah, it started. It went for good to almost 3 years, and then since this company that I was working for, it was a Russian company. Then this Russia-Ukraine war started, so that company wrapped up their operations from Middle East.
Hmm.
So they just exited the market. So that's why they laid off me. So then the second redundancy came into play. So that was after another 2.5, 3 years. And now by that time I was very active on LinkedIn. So by the time I was also becoming a very active networker in the market as well. So then the next job also came through LinkedIn, but it came through my networking efforts that I was doing.
Right,
So for
right.
one, yeah. So and a tip on networking. I mean, you do network on LinkedIn. I do connect with a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people, but whenever I get a chance to meet them, I go and meet them. If they're in town, if they're traveling, if they're outside, if they're traveling, then I invite them for coffee and then we meet. If they're already living in Dubai, then I just drop them a message. Can we just sit down for coffee and discuss our careers and paths and opportunities and collaborations and things like that? And
Right.
so this starts, and this reciprocates also. Sometimes I get in messages also that we like to meet you as well. Can you meet us for coffee? So I never turn down a meetup request. Never, never. I always meet
That's so
people
great.
face to face, because LinkedIn is, end of the day, it's good, but it's still virtual. It's still online. The way the moment you connect human to human, things become very different. Things
Things become
become
different.
very different. You will not get a job, but you might end up in a network of other group of people that can connect you to somebody, or you might get into some sort of a business opportunity or a consulting assignment, or something can just turn out for you. But you have to go out and meet. You have to be out there.
May-
So this
Yeah,
is what
maybe
I
some
started
community
doing very
work.
actively. Yeah, after my second redundancy, I mean, networking was the game. I mean, that is, I just started being
Okay.
very active.
So by this time you were more equipped by the techniques,
Yes,
with the techniques you were more equipped and more knowledgeable with the tools you need to use for your job search, your career, building yourself. Basically, it's not only about the job. Yes, job is there, of course, job is job, right? But it's more of your self development as well, your personal development. And I'm sure
correct.
in this process you might have transformed a lot, and everyone does, whoever works
Mm.
on themselves, right? You grow, you personally change yourself, you professionally groom yourself, you understand more about the mental health, you understand more about the physical health,
Yeah.
how you should be presenting yourself. So there are more these are the aspects. By now what I can sense that you were there, right?
No,
Okay,
no,
then
definitely. I was very much equipped now. You're always worried when you're out
for
of
sure.
job, but if you're equipped, you know that at least if I'll hit somewhere. So the next job that I got was again through an, I would say he was a customer in my previous company, that Russian company. So these guys
Okay.
were customers. So randomly, I sent him a message on LinkedIn because I saw one of his posts. He posted something which was relevant. So I sent him a message. Richard, where are you? Let's meet up for coffee. He said, yeah, come on,
Hmm.
let's meet up. So we met in a
Hmm.
coffee shop, and what are you doing? He said, I just started something very new. It's like it's a brand consultancy. So what are you doing this? I'm looking for something as well. So let's join. Let's join together. And that's
Wow.
when the second thing came through over a cup of coffee, couple of discussions, obviously back and forth.
Definitely.
But again, it was indirectly through LinkedIn because I approached him on LinkedIn, but I knew him through my network. I knew him
Right.
through my so
Right.
networking, LinkedIn presence, and your visibility makes it happen. Then we worked another in that job. That was my or second, yeah, third. That came through. That was very. It was a lean startup sort of a thing that just lasted for 4 or 5 months, and then we had some local investor. Then he backed out. Then we had to shut company. So that just
Okay.
shut down. So that just shut down. So it was a very small scenario. But when this company was shutting down, I was already approached again via LinkedIn
Wow.
through another good dental company. They sent me a message that we are looking for a sales director. Would you be interested? So I said, why not? Let's discuss. Let me know more details. And we started that discussion. But in the meantime, that previous company shut down, so I was already off the job. The other company took another 2 3 months. Whenever you're doing interviews, especially for higher positions, 3 4 months easily it's gone. It never happens
Exactly.
earlier than that
Yeah.
because you have a series of interviews and layers of interviews and all that stuff. So their internal recruiter approached me that we have a position. Are you interested? And you
Right.
matched the profile. I said yes, please go ahead. And I believe because I was very visible on LinkedIn at that time, that's how they picked me up from LinkedIn
Okay.
because I did not know them personally before. Nobody knew
Oh,
me.
wow.
Yeah, and they did not know me. It was just a LinkedIn connection. It
So
was
they
just a
reached
LinkedIn.
out to you.
They reached out to me.
They reached out to you. They basically were maybe observing over the period of time what you were doing, what you were
Yeah,
contributing, how you were showing up. Again, as you were transformed, you were more equipped, you were more, I think it's very at the same time very intentional what you were doing. It was something, of course, it might be, of course, from your purest or best intentions, that how I can leverage these
yeah,
platforms, being in these
exactly,
situations, right?
exactly.
So it's really connecting with your mindset, with your behaviors, with your intentions, that Allah Ta'ala have given you some skills, of course, every person, right? I'm talking about. So why not to start utilizing those skills and um,
Absolutely.
uh, uh, try to come out of those comfort zones
Yeah,
and break the fear barrier of fears,
exactly.
especially in these situations. Also, most of the people, I you might have also some experience with the people around, maybe the professionals, especially, that they feel they go deep down in the fear of rejection, that, oh, now what will happen,
Mm.
this happened to me. As we discussed, that we need to, of course, share and went out and basically go through from this process, because we are human, right? And we need such type of feelings to be shared first of all,
Yeah,
and then we move on as quickly as we can. Now it
as
depends
quickly.
person to person.
Yeah.
As quickly, as fast as the more is better actually.
The
So,
faster the better. The faster you come out of that black hole of grief and sadness and all that stuff, the better it is for you. Otherwise, you'll drain your mental health. You'll just go down into depression, and then bouncing back is very difficult. So you
and
need to keep yourself alive.
right. And in this process also, of course, first, again, we need to be grateful at the same time that we have our loved ones, we are
Yeah,
healthy, we can do some next steps for our life and career. So nothing stops, basically.
yeah,
If this happen, if this scenario happen, any job seeker and job seekers, it's like they are looking for a job. Again, they are struggling. And for
yeah,
professionals, if something happen, so again, it's very challenging, but at the same time, we can go through.
yes.
We got
It
this
can happen to
potential.
anybody. It can happen to anybody. I've seen it happen to so many friends
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
and everybody goes through it. It's just how you are well prepared in terms of again. And after that, the only platform that I use is now LinkedIn. I've stopped using any other job platform because they were just not helping anything. And
yeah.
LinkedIn is incredible. If you use it in the right way, it's an incredible platform. previously it was only a job portal sort of things. I think all of us started in the same way, just looking for
Yeah.
jobs. But once we realized the potential of LinkedIn and the potential of how we can, project ourselves in the market, the power of personal branding, it's just really brings in a lot of dividends for you. Definitely, it
Right.
does.
I
So
remember.
then, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So then this company who approached me, we started his job. Again, now this company took 8 interviews. I had given 8 interviews there in that company,
Okay.
layer after layer after layer after layer. And I think this is the highest number of interviews I've given in any of my career in any jobs.
Hmm.
But after 8 interviews and background checks, I got to know that they did my background checks for my previous companies after I had joined. One of the employees, the president, told me that we checked from some of your 3M colleagues back then that how's this person as a candidate, and then it was a green light, so alhamdulillah, it went through.
That's
So yeah, so then I joined this company, another wonderful company. It was into dental. We were making aligners, very nice cosmetic product. Uh, Again, but that again, it was a startup, so they were on a hiring spree because they had received some very heavy funding from some, startups work thrive on funding. As long as they have funds from investors, they keep on moving. When the funds dry out, they move into different directions. So yeah, but they had funds. We were doing a lot of things. But again, after I think that's what I'm saying. Every 6 months, something was happening. So after 6 months, they were running out of funds. So they removed the entire director level positions. Well, it was only not only me. In
okay.
one day, 6, 7 directors were given the boot, given the letter.
Right. Uh-huh.
So very unfortunate. Although nothing in terms of company growth or performance or anything, it's just cost cutting. Simple. And
Okay.
they told me that it was simple cost cutting, and we are removing all international team, which is going to consolidate ourselves in one region. So, but anyways, so that happened. So that was the fourth redundancy up till now. But by this time, I mean, when you've gone through 4 job losses, you're just probably strong enough to handle the
You
initial
know what?
shock.
Exactly. I was about to ask this question. That by the time your willpower basically have worked a lot for you.
Yeah,
You got your strong nerves by now. That okay, one scenario happened, many other multiple can happen, and then what's next? Like that.
yeah,
Okay, so my question: are you completed with the fourth part
yeah.
four? Okay,
Completely with
okay.
passport. Yeah,
Part four. Okay,
yeah,
so my question is that in this process and the scenarios and the situations you had, how did you basically manage the people management, I would say, or maybe relations with your previous teams or maybe employers? Were you disconnected wherever you were connected, maybe like on calls or WhatsApp or LinkedIn, or you were still in touch, or they would see you that okay, what's happening with Arslan, or maybe he joined some other group or the job? What was it? How did you maybe manage, or what are your insights or maybe advice on it? Because this happens, when you are redundant from a job role, you have a hard feelings, ill will
mm,
situation happen, hard feelings for the team or the previous people you were
yeah.
connected or associated with. So how you manage, and what would you like to share? What happened actually? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a mix. I was connected with the people that I really liked in those companies,
Okay.
and for some people I just let go, because sometimes you have to let go of some people. So for some connections I let go, and I'm not connected with them up till now. But with some colleagues, I'm still connected in all my jobs. In all my jobs, I'm still connected with. So many people in a very nice way that we still meet up, we still go. If I go back, even in my Pakistan career, if I go back to Karachi, we sit down for dinner or chai or whatever. I'm still connected with people. Although it's 10 years ago that I left Pakistan, but everybody's connected now. And
Okay.
yeah, you do have hard feelings. You especially have a hard feeling for the person who gave you that letter. That is the
Yeah.
person who hate the most. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. So and that is although they have been good colleagues, but they've taken this. So you have to really put. So for my mental sanity, I disconnected some, but I still was connected with a lot of people. They did
Right.
help me in my job search. They did position me here and there, because you always need references. You cannot disconnect. It's a small world. So, and disconnect not in the sense that I am saying anything bad about them or there's any hard feeling. It's just I'm not talking to them. If need be,
Right.
if the world comes around and I meet them somewhere and if we cross paths somewhere, I might start talking to them once
Hi,
again.
hello.
Professional.
Greetings. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that
Definitely.
definitely will happen. Because obviously, if you're job searching, they ask you for previous references. So you need to make sure that you're not in any
Wow.
bad terms with everybody, because
This
your
is also
previous
a great advice. Yeah, this
is
is
very
also great
important.
advice.
Yeah,
Even when you mentioned that when this situation happened for the very first time and the team members and the whole crew was there at your place to buck up you or to cheer you up.
yeah,
I was thinking that this also is a part of team building or making good relations at the work, not being
yes,
personal of course, or not related to like work, just like having like a good PR, let's say,
yeah,
so that
yes.
really also help.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely helps. So you have to be a good corporate citizen. That what they say inside the company. You have to be a, yeah, you have to be a good colleague with everybody, because if you're helping others, they will come out and help you when it is required. Don't expect
Right.
anything from anybody, but if they come, then just welcome them. Yeah,
Exactly. Don't expect. And how
yeah.
about did you come across, yeah, did you come across any situation that those people you made disconnection with them, they were also watching your progress when
They
you were
might be
growing? They
on,
might be.
might be on LinkedIn. Yes,
It happens because that's why I'm asking.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. They
that's
might be
great.
on LinkedIn, or maybe, I mean, market know-how or something. They might be.
Huh.
They did
Right,
not reach
right.
out to me directly. Did nobody spoke to me, but LinkedIn is open to everybody. I also see them on LinkedIn what they're doing, so they might be
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. That's great. That's great. This is amazing. Okay, so Arslan, it was great listening to your experience, I must say, or the real story, because I was tagging the same thing because you
yeah,
got that right and you've
yeah.
been there. And this is so, so helpful actually for the listeners and the professionals who can hear you out and pick up some great advice, because each and every person is different and not everyone has that capability to
Correct.
go through the way you explained. Of course, you might have also maybe like ups and downs, or maybe more downs when you were in the process, of course,
Oh, yeah,
but you are here to convey the best message that people can learn from, right?
exactly.
And mashallah, you're so doing great work. We are connected. This inspired me to have this chat when we got connected, and I was seeing that, hey, okay, he was dentist and then he converted himself, like transformed himself, and then again he talks about more layoffs or story. That was really insightful, and that really clicked me that, okay, let's have a chat, and
Yeah.
let's support each other and more to people around. So any closing message or wrapping up? We are wrapping up now. So for the job seekers or the people who are maybe in this challenging phase, so inshallah it will be helpful for them from your side. Yeah.
Yeah, see, job seeking, for whoever is seeking a job, it's always challenging and people get depressed easy. So you have to keep your mental sanity. You need to have hopes high, and that's what, I mean, our religion also tells you, always keep your hopes high, because after every toughness you'll get some time of ease and everything. So keep your hopes high and keep betting on yourself. Don't lose your confidence. Don't lose your own self confidence. I mean, for mental health, I went out for walks. I did a lot of exercises, because when you go out for a 30, 40, 60 minutes walk, it's just you and me. It's just me and my time, and I'm just thinking about myself. It gave me a lot of peace. It gave me a lot of peace. And plus, you're exercising, it de stresses you a lot. So make sure you're doing whatever type of exercise. I'm not telling you to hit the gym or this or whatever, but do some sort of a physical activity which helps you in de stress a lot of things. And sometimes you get some wild ideas while you're doing these things as well, which may help you. Uh, Take professional help either in CV writing, LinkedIn coaching, whatever you need to do to upbeat your to upscale yourself. Take it. Make sure your CV is rightly written. I mean, that's where I think a lot of people, they just fall off because their CVs are very poorly written. Even because I've been on the hiring side as well. When I see these poorly written CVs, I never touch them. I
Yeah.
just throw them away. So you
Yeah.
have the CV is your story. You have to, really write it in a nice way, and your LinkedIn. And for me, it was all LinkedIn and networking. After my redundancies, networking on LinkedIn, online, offline. I go to a lot of exhibitions randomly just to meet people within the industry, and just to see what's happening, and just to be updated on what's happening in the industry. So, and like I said, whenever somebody invites me, I never turn it down. And whenever I see if I can meet somebody rather than just talking on a phone and LinkedIn, I invite them over. So let's sit down for a coffee and let's see what chit chat, and let's see what we can do together. So if you're physically present, be there. Make your LinkedIn the A game. LinkedIn has to be the A game. That's what it is right now. And make sure if you're actively job searching, your CV has to be immaculate. It has to be up to date. It has to be, and keep yourself mentally strong. Because you will get depressed. You will have times of
Yeah.
deep anger and depression, but you just need to buck up yourself. Take support of family, definitely, and everybody should have one or two very strong friends, who can just listen to you whenever you feel like crying. So you go to them and you just sit over with them. They will help you out.
Or maybe chill out like
Yeah,
that.
and chill out. I mean, the support system is very necessary.
Yeah.
Nobody can fight the wars alone. Everybody needs a support system.
Right.
It's very
Right.
important. But always bet on yourself. Everybody has capabilities. Everybody has different skills. I mean, I'm a dentist. I am from dentist. I'm now 23 years into my corporate experience, working on regional levels, international levels. Worked in so many companies, big corporations, startups, very new companies, consultancies. So this all just came rolling through because I was just self-developing myself.
That's so great, wonderful, and a golden ones from your side. And I hope this is so much like more fruitful when anyone maybe implement or execute accordingly, and they get achievement in their life and career, personally and of course professionally. We are talking right now. So thank you once again, Arslan, for being here.
Thank you.
And we have to keep in touch, of course. We'll
So,
roll out or publish these streamings more, inshallah. And
inshallah.
guys, thank you very much for watching. This is streaming, whoever was. I can see the numbers. And if you have any questions, you can drop in later in this replay. You can reach out to Dr. Arsalan on LinkedIn. I have a link in the description, or if I missed out, so I can, of course, I am tagging on LinkedIn as well. So go to my post, connect with him, and be a part of our network. We are happy to share more insights, come up with more different topics which can help you out in your careers, in your branding, and of course, help you out to gain that confidence and right mindset. So, once
Exactly.
again, thank you very much. Stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.
Can I just add one more last comment? Just one more last
For
comment.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Go
Uh,
on.
I mean, I always believe, and I try to practice a lot, that collaborate, do not compete. You need to
Oh,
collaborate with people. Don't compete with people. Collaboration has more power than competition. Wherever you can collaborate, you collaborate, and bring value to other people. So again, whoever is watching, I don't know how many audience turned up. If they need any help from my side in terms of anything that they need in terms of their career, I'm open to a discussion. Invite me for coffee. I'll come over and we can have a
we can,
discussion.
of course,
Yeah,
meet face to face each other. And
exactly.
what Arslan's you said basically about collaboration over competition. This is you are the second person I'm listening this. Of course, we read a lot the researches, but you are the second person I am having this one. One is from the Saudi local market, and he is again one of the great industry expert, like you're having 20 plus of years experience. So he is also a big fan, and he is one of my, we collaborated with each other on personal branding. He is a fan of this thing, collaborate
Mhm.
over competition. And at the same time,
Obviously.
you have to, yeah, it should be first you versus you, like yourself. You compete with yourself, not with the
Yeah.
others. Even
Yeah.
you can collaborate. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you very much once
Okay.
again. Take care. See you soon. Bye
Thank
bye,
you.
guys.
Bye bye.